Good morning, children. Welcome to MBM classes. Today, let us see one of the most important property of integers, that is distributive property, which states that a into b plus c is distributed as a into b plus a into c. Here, the word distributive is taken from the word distribute, which means you are dividing something into parts. The property distributes or breaks down expressions into addition or subtraction of numbers. Here, you can also say it's a distributive law, which states that A into B plus C is distributed as A into B plus A into C. This you call it as distributive law of multiplication over addition. That is, this multiplication is distributed over addition. And here you can have a minus and negative sign also instead of addition. If you have negative sign, you have to take it as negative over here. That is, it is distributed over subtraction. Let us see this with an example. That is the normal way of representing. For example, 5 into 8 is written as 40. Now, I can represent this 8 into factor. I can split this 8 as 6 plus 2. So my calculation becomes more simpler, and this 5 is distributed to 6 and this 5 is distributed to 2 also. So when it is distributed to 6, I write it as 5 into 6. Since it is over addition, I write it as plus, and this is 5 into 2. So 5 into 6 is 30 plus 5 into 2 is 10, which is equal to 40. Both the answers are same, but I follow this distributive approach to make my calculation more simpler. Suppose if you have a big number, if you follow this approach of writing this, splitting this number into the form of addition, your calculation becomes more simpler. Let us see one more example. 4 into 12 is 48. I can split this 12 as 7 plus 2 plus 3. After splitting the number, you have to be careful that you should not forget to distribute this 4 to all these three numbers. Here you have only one number, so you directly multiply 4 into 12, 48. When this 12 is splitted as 7 plus 2 plus 3, we should not forget to distribute this 4 to 7, distribute this 4 to 2, and distribute this 4 to 3. So it is written as 4 into 7 plus 4 into 2 plus 4 into 3. This is equal to 28 plus 8 plus 12, which is also equal to 448. In general, I can say when we use the distributive method, our calculation becomes very simpler. So now you can also remember this distributive property called the mouse method. So now if the number is 3 into 8, you form a mouse over here and write how you are going to split this 8. I am going to split this 8 as 5 and 3. So after splitting it as 5 and 3, I can remember that this 3 has to be distributed to 5 and this 3 has to be distributed to 3 also. Now what is the original number? 3 into 8. So I can arrange this in the form of arrays. That is, I am having 8 in each row. There are 8 numbers. So how many numbers are there? 3 numbers are there. That means I have 3 rows having 8 numbers each, 8 columns each. So this is represented as 3 into 8, which is equal to 24. So if you are going to count this, we will be having 24 rectangles or squares, whatever way you are going to take. You are having 24. Now this I am going to split it. I am going to cut this array into 5 parts. First I am going to cut it after 5 parts. So you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In between I am going to cut this array and write it as 3 into 5. Because I am having the rows are same. So 3, and here you are having 5 columns. and as it is cut, this remaining portion will be 3 into 3 array. So I call this as array. So this is 3 into 8, which is cut it in the form of two arrays, which is 3 into 5 plus 3 into 3. So 3 into 5 is 15 and 3 into 3 is 9. So 15 plus 9 is equal to 24. Whereas if you count the whole portions over here, here also you are getting it as 24. In order to split this number, if you make a mouse over here, it is very easy for you to understand. Not necessary you have to cut it, express it as 5 and 3. It is your wish. You can represent this number as 2 and 6 also, 1 and 7 also, whichever form you feel easier. You can split this number as you like. Here I want to split it as 5 and 3. So I written it as 5 and 3. So you call this method as mouse method. So if you remember this mouse, you can very easily understand that you have to split this number. Only one number is splitted, and this is represented as 3 into 5 and 3 into 3. This 3 is distributed as 3 into 5 and 3 into 3. Now, if you are going to consider this as a rectangle, now this 8, what is 3 into 8? Area of this rectangle is 24 square units. Now, this rectangle I am going to divide it into parts. That is, one part I am going to take it as 2, the other part I am going to take it as 6. So let us check whether the areas are same. So here you are having 3 into 2 as 6 and 3 into 6 as 18. So the areas of two rectangles are 6 and 18. Now if I add these two areas, my area is equal to 24 square units. But what is the area over here? Before splitting, it is also equal to 24 square units. So both the answers are same. Now again you can understand this distributive property using this fruit over apple over here. First 5 into 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. That is 5 into 7 is 35. So total I am having 35 apples. Earlier you are having 7 apples in 5 rows. Now I am going to split it as 5 into 3 and 5 into 4. Distribute it as 5 into 3 and 5 into 4. You can also understand this problem as your son is getting 3 apples and your daughter is getting 4 apples. So I can make the calculation as how much apples your son is getting. So 5 into 3, 15. How much apples your daughter is getting? I can say 5 into 4, 20 apples. I cannot say that son is getting 15 apples and daughter is getting only 4 apples. That is, you are distributing 5 apples to both your son and daughter. Son is getting 3 apples over here. So sorry, son is getting 3 sons are there, so they are getting 5 into 3, 15 apples. Your 4 daughters are there, so they are getting 5 into 4, 20 apples. So total number of apples you are distributed is equal to 35. That is 35 apples you are distributing among your 3 sons and 4 daughters, giving them 5 apples each. So how many apples? Your total number of apples your son is getting is 5 into 3 is 15 and your daughter is getting is 5 into 4 is 20. So this 5 into 3, that is 3 apples you are arranged in 5 parts each. That is, you are able to see. And here also you are arranging 4 apples in 5 columns. Here 3 apples in 5 columns and 4 apples in 5 columns. So total number of apples, if you are going to count, you will be getting it as 35. Now, so let us understand the rule to break down the distributive property of multiplication. So first step is to make arrays. Now break apart arrays. After breaking, you have to separate them into two arrays. After separating them into two arrays, we have to complete the multiplication process, and finally you have to find the product by adding. So 4 into 7 is a single array. Now I am going to break this array in between. So forming 5 rectangles together, that is 5. 4 into 5 is 20 and remaining 4 into 2 is 8. So 20 plus 8 is 28 and my 4 into 7 is also equal to 28. So always when you make the property, you have to check whether you are getting the same answer in LHS and RHS. Now It's your duty to write. I have written 7 into 8. Now it is splitted as 2 into 8 plus 5 into 8. Can you arrange these numbers in the form of array just like the previous sum and find out the answer of this by using this property? Now distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. As I said, if there is a minus sign, you have to include minus. If there is a plus sign, you have to include plus. So 3 into 5 minus 4. So what is 3? 5 minus 4 is 1. So 3 into 1 is equal to 3. Now if I am going to split it using distributive property, 3 into 5 is 15 and minus 3 into 4 is 12. So total I had 3 into 5, 15 fruit. Out of this, I am going to remove 12 fruits. After removing 12 fruits, how much is remaining? 3 fruits are remaining. So I got the same answer by calculating directly. That is 3 into 5 minus 4 is 1. So 3 into 1 is equal to 3. So I get back the same answer. Now let us see some sums based on this distributive property. So how to solve this? 37 into minus 58 plus minus 58 into minus 27. So first you have to identify the form in which you know the distributive property. So the property is A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. First you have to identify which side is given, whether the left hand side is given or right hand side is given. According to that form, you have to write this property. You are able to see here it is A into B plus A into C. So this is equal to, now I'll write the left hand side of the property, that is A into B plus C. So this form is given, my answer will be A into B plus C. Now identify the common term over here, which is the common number minus 58. So I have underlined. So let me take this number outside, minus 58, that is your A, and into in bracket B plus C non-common numbers, that is 37 plus minus 27. Always outside there will be a common number and inside the bracket it will be a non-common number. So always common number you take it as A and non-common numbers you take it as B and C. So common number is taken outside, minus 58, and non-common numbers are 37 plus minus 27. So this is nothing but minus 58 into 37 minus 28 is 10. So minus 58 into 10 is minus 580. Let me move on to the second sum. So here already the distribution is given. Now the original form of the sum is given, minus 45 into 103. So I am going to split this 103 as 100 plus 3. So now if you are going to observe, it is of the form A into B plus C. That is your common factor is minus 45, D is 100 and C is 3. So if I am going to write it in the form A into B plus A into C, so I can write minus 45 into 100 plus minus 45 into 3. So this is equal to minus 4500 plus minus 135. Same sign I had to add and put the minus sign. So this is very easy if you are going to identify which side is given. Either left hand side is given to you or right hand side is given to you. If the left hand side is given, if the right hand side of the form is given, I have to find the answer for the left hand side. If the left hand side of the form is given, I have to put it in the form of right hand side. In the first sum, it was given right hand side of the form was given. I found the answer for the left hand side. Here the left hand side of the form was given. I found the answer for the right hand side. So whenever the question is given by distributive property, I cannot find the answer directly as minus 45 into 103. You have to split the number, distribute it in the form of addition, and this multiplication minus 45 distributed is to 100 is distributed to 100 and minus 45 is distributed to 3 also. That is, this 103 is splitted as 100 plus 3. Moving on to the other sum. Now 16 in minus 16 into minus 39. First let me, to avoid confusion, let us make this as positive. After making this as positive, I am going to convert this 39 as 30 plus 9. So again, which side, which form is given? Now left hand side is form is given, that is A into B plus C is given. So my answer should be in the right hand side form, that is A into B plus A into C. Now your A is 16. So put it in the form of right hand side A, that is the common number is 16. Non-common numbers will be 30 and 9. So 30 and 9, B and C will be 30 and 9. So finding out the answer, it is 480 plus 144, which is equal to 624. Next, one more important sum is this one. Minus 68 into minus 19 plus 68. You have the common number as 68. Please understand, you have the common number as 68, but whereas B is 19, but you don't have any C. So in order to get the C, what I'm going to do is, first let me make these two negative to positive in order to avoid any confusion. So minus 68 into minus 19 can be written as 68 into 19 plus 68. Now C is not given. You are able to see A into B plus A. C is missing. To find out the C, what I am going to do is, fourth term C is not there. So I am going to multiply this 68 by 1 to make it as, because any number multiplied by 1 will give you the same number. It is not going to affect the sum. To make it, to put it in the form of A into B plus A into C, I am multiplying this 68 by 1. Hope you can understand this step. 68 into 19 plus 68 into 1. Since my C term was not there, I multiply. So whenever C term is not there, you have to multiply by 1. Without that, you cannot use distributive property. A is 68, B is 19, but in the sum C is not there. So to get the C term, I should always multiply by 1. I cannot multiply by any other term. If C term is not there, I can multiply only by 1, because any number multiplied by 1 will give you the same number. Now it's very easy. A into B plus A into C is equal to A into B plus C. So what is A? 68 into B is 19. C is 1. So it is 68 into 20 is equal to 1360. And every time it is very compulsory to write that you are using distributive property, and this property also you have to write. Hope you have understood all the four types of sums, and especially this fourth sum is very important because you are not having the C term over here, and you should remember in the exam when C term is not given, I had to take it as 1. Now it's quiz time for you. It is distributive property of multiplication. It is given as 4 into 5. It is given as 2 into 5. So he wants to find the answer of how many 6? What is 6 into 5? So you have to find the answer. Again over here, 6 into 7, find out the answer. This 7 is written as 5 plus 2. So you find out the answer. Here also you have to find out the answer. Same. 9 into what is number of, how many columns are there, that you have to write. It is, sorry, this is total is 9 into 9 is 81, and you have to find how many columns are there, you have to write, and here it is 3 columns, so it is written as 3. So you have to find the number of columns and write the number of columns same over here and find out the answer. And see, this question is very interesting. Alibas, this is a task solution. She has given the question as 3 into 10 plus 3 into 4. And she has written like this, it is 6 into 14 as 6. 6 she has distributed as 3 plus 3, and 14 as 10 plus 4. You have to see whether this is correct and find out the mistake, whether she has applied the correct distributive property. Very interesting sum is given over here. An octagonal gazebo is to be built as shown below. Building code requires 5-foot long steel supports to be added along the base, and 4-foot long steel supports to be added to the roof line of the gazebo. What length of steel will be required to complete this project? So you have to use distributive property in this sum and find out the answer. It's a very good real life example. One more example. How much would it cost to buy the clothing shown if each t-shirt is rupees 20 and each pair of jeans is rupees 25? So what is the total cost? Use distributive property to find out the answer. The school assembly room has 5 rows of chairs with 20 in each row. If the third grade class fills 3 rows of chairs, how many third graders are there in the assembly? Again, use distributive property to find out the answer. Again, you have to find which answer is correct in this. 4 different expressions are given. You have to find the correct answer. Very more good interesting questions are given over here. Please do all these questions in the form of distributive property, which are all very real life examples, so that you can very easily understand the distributive property over here. Hope you understood the video. Hope you enjoyed the video and understood all the sums regarding distributive property. Please like, share and subscribe the channel.